selling the Stu Tugly Up Sisters. That's my favorite foray because it's got lots of punny farts in it. At 4 o'clock, over at the Japissy stage, I will be doing Jomeo and Juliet, the tragic trail of true children of whoring wowses. Yeah, by Spilliam Wakeshire. That's for those of you who wish to go on to more advanced studies. Come on in, Sabagreet. We're about to stet guarded. Runny a plume. She understood me, see? That's because she has children. Is that him? What's his name? Seth! Hello, Seth. How you doing? Brought him right here to warp his frame first thing, huh? Well, good, Seth. Remember as much of this as you can do, and do it for show and tell on Monday, all right? Good. He's nodding his head. He's not even a year old yet. So, without further ado, all right. Loldigox and the Beathrares. Hunts a ton of wine, they're 50 Dolores Beathrares. You with me?
Yeah.
Okay, there was a bumma mare, a bubba pear, and a biddleary babe. Yeah, he was a feud little kello. About he nigh to a haskropper. Haskropper. Everybody stand around haskropper? It's a biny little tug with lig bags. Goes gropping through the has. Yeah, it's not to be confused with a runny babbit. Runny babbit is an all-smuzzy fanimal with ongloppy fleers that leads Uretus and then raise lasons. Yeah, it's kind of like a food processor. All right, you with me. So the Beathrares lived in a louse out in the middle of the woods, hairy vapidly. All right, a tilt. One mate full furning. This is kind of a perning joint. One mate full furning, they oak up and said, Obama mare, pake us some marriage. Yeah, now that's like pot horage. Stushy muff that buys it a lol. You breed it for breakfast. Acre quotes. Meal o' malt. Weem of Crete. Okay, I'm not knocking about nape gruts, pooger shops, or pooty frebbles. Yeah, nothing that goes poop snopple crap, all right? I sense that we've made a connection. We're talking Sodherial, the Mama Mare, Pates Forge, the Beathrares, Tatsound, Tat the Able, to paste the Torridge, but it was who taught, so they decided to go for a Fawk in the Warist. Don't look so shocked. You fawked in the Warist before. And she's not the only one, is she? Now, while they were out fawking in the Warist, thank you, a Githalerl came pipping down the trap, and she had Honglon Blair that wung down to her haste. That's why they called her Loldigox. Now, you see, Loldigox was lost in the woods. Yeah, see, she'd gone out for a fawk in the Warist, but she lost her lay. Yeah, she'd been knocking all white. So, of course, she was hooking for a landout. This is going to take a while, isn't it? So she hawked up to the louse and docked on the Nor, but nobody answered because nobody was no. You know where they were. All right, let's all do it together. Let's all say it together. They were out
Walking in the woods.
Now that's entertainment. Loldigox, dope of the oar, knocked wind, and there, titting on the sable, were the beef rolls of Thrarage. So, she bide the first fall, which was the Baba Pear's fall, but it was who tot. Sonarant, who tot? Cui mayente? Yeah, I'm working on being libilingual. She bide the Trauma Mare's fall, but that was coo told. Thrui mio. She bide the Trittlary Babe's fall, it was rust chiobbled it all up. Okay, so now she had a stolfummic. Stolfummic, you know how you meal after a feel. I guess you do. She daunted to its sound, so she hooked around the louse. And off kitting in the sorter was the Bappa Pear's chalking rare. Well, she chat in the sair, but it was who tard. It burnt her huns. She buy the trauma mare's fair, but she cat on a sin pushing. You know, nins and beetles bicking her in the stut. Aguha si seguros picando la cola. She buy the Trittlary Babes fair, and it macked up the criddle and pelt a fart. She flanded on the lore with a thowed lump. She had a boozed bottom. Not to mention bivers in her slut. I'm appalled that you laughed at that. She would stop, she hushed her breath soft, she said, oh, slime EP, slime OEP. I'm sleepy, I'm so sleepy. Time to break out the mental floss. So she stimed the clares to the red boom, and slurry volley she douched open the pore. Yeah. Now there she saw the bee threads, pushed by the true spread, which is the butt pair's fed, was who charged by the trummer's fed, was who tough, by the Trittlary Babes fed, and she slelled a feep. Did you keep up with me? Frightening, isn't it? Now slow she was weeping. The bee thrayers came hawking home. You know where they'd been. Good. They dumped the who the toast. The Bappa Pear took to the label. He said, hey, someone's been peating in my orange. And the Bappa Pear said, ew. Someone's been peating in my orange. And the little Larry Babes said, somebody peed in my orange. And they barfed the whole snow. Well, then the bee thrayers knew that Fubble was a trut. Mumpthing was a cis. Rumpthing was Sutton in the date of Stendark. Wow is the ninton of our Kiskendent glade sortiest mummer by this yon of sort. English major. Yeah, that was Richard the Turd. Spilliam Wakeshire. You want to hear a little Jomeo and Roulette?
Yeah.
Okay, freak Steve, you, Jomeo and Roulette. Soft butt that breaks wind by yonder light. Oh, to be a hove upon that gland. The 4 o'clock gypsy stage. The Bappa Pear chucked at his Larry, said someone has been, this is important, C-H. Chitting in my sair. The Bappa Mare said, someone's been chitting in my sair. And the little Larry Babe said, somebody chat in my sair. And it fell a fart. There's little liney tits all over the floor. Well, then the bee thrayers stimed the clares to the red boom. And slurry volley they douched open the pore. The Bappa Pear booked at his lead and he said, someone has been beeping in my sled. And the Bappa Mare said, someone's been beeping in my sled. And the little Larry Babe said, there's a comp under my lovers. Yeah, well, thus Jan Lonelygox, Oak Whoop, was sco-sared, she pet her wance. She left a piddle luddle in the fiddle of the moor. Then she whooped out the jindo and blid down the slain tripe. She was Severnine again. And the storl to the moor is, if you're gonna fuck in the warist, be sure to hawk your louse. Do you feel like you're getting goose to this? Okay, for those of you who lame in Kate, I am just taking the worst fart of my purds and bitching them back and sword. Of course, it's all clear now. Okay, Pote Danik, we're about to do Rindersella and the Stutugly Ep Sisters, so suckle your meat belts, cause gear we hope. See, that way if I come to a stud and sop, you don't ball off your fence, all right? So, Rindersella, of course, was a beautiful maiden. Beautiful maiden, lovely woman, giddy pearl. Mid-hot Rama. Who hived in a louse out in the feet fark Dorist with her Stutugly Ep Sisters, and they were illy rugly. Oh yeah, they had norts on their woses. Uppy fleers, knee-bee knobs. No, these down here. She also lived with her stick-and wet mother. And her stick-and wet mother made her do all the household whores. Oh, yeah, she was a ward-gurking hurl. Until Dunway, the Pransome Hints, the apparent airhead. He decided to throw a pantsy farty in his house. Yeah, kind of a boil roll up at the pantsy phallus. You went to college. Rinducella had gone to the moat of the Mancy Fall. She'd never seen a pantsy phallus before. Ooh, big vocabulary in this group. The rest of you get a thesaurus. They come in little sets, the Stegosaurus and the Brontosaurus. Rinducella had gone to the moat of the Mancy Fall, but she dreaded a Hancy fest. All she had was this rest of drags. Yeah. So in the Bay of the Doll, Ray McCround, the Stu-Tugly Yep sisters bent off to the wall to parance with the dints. Leaving Rinducella kitting at a sorter, eyeing her cries out. Oh yeah, it was terrible. Her Scamero was funning down her race and strack little bleams. Leaving piddle-leddles in the fliddle of the mar. She looked just like Bammy Tay Faker. Oh, you pike that lard, huh? I guess that really struck you funny. Hey. Now, wait a minute. Do not try this at home. That's why I don't do Robin Hood. Good. You get the friar tuck and it's all over. And locked up in the castle is a real problem, too. That'll keep you busy. So, Rinducella, you figured it out. Very good. Rinducella's kitting at a starter, putting pet bottles in the giving room larpet, when suddenly, in a smuff of poke, for your protection, her merry Fodgather appeared. Bing! Ping! And she said, "Oh, Rinducella!" without the aid of C-clamps. Would you like to bow to the girl? And Rinducella said, "Why, would I?" Because she was a chassis click. So, with a mave of her magic bond, she turned Rinducella's tress of drags into a drancy fess. A nice cogut loun. She was clowing a little sheevage. Do I have to draw you a diaphragm? She was cast to drill. You have a vivid imagination. Oh boy. Her merry Fodgather gave her slew task clippers to foot on her peach, and she had finey little teat. Then, taking a pillow yumpkin, root tight fights and root tat fats, she made the logic bond guts a win. Fuke, I am your lover. Excuse me. Yeah, it's a messy effect. Whirling them into a colding garage, hootine forces, and coo-tansome hoachmen who were really a stupple of cuds. So Rinducella hates dough with a stubble of cuds and added to a nage moi. You speak French! That's a Southern Ori. That's Rinducella meets La Bro. Oh, suddenly we get picky, do we? Rindercella bent off to the wall to prance with the dints, but she had to be back by the 12th of Strel. You know Melv Twidnight? Or her drancy fess would burn back into a tress of drags, leaving her narts naked in the middle of a ball boom. Yeah, that's a sad situation, isn't it? She knows. Really? Rough prom night, huh? Guess who's telling the next story? So Rindercella bent off to the wall. Now she bought to the goal. The Blumpets trared. The war's up and died. The doors open wide. I had such hopes for you. The Pransome Ince was down on the Flance door doing the Tweppermint pissed. He looked up, he saw her beautiful base, her binding shooty, her beaving bosom. And he lelled in fove. His part was hounding. Well, it happens. Kind of embarrassing for a guy in tight whites. It was Summitler's fight. They nanced all dight. They were facking both the floss the cred store. They were pumping into people. Yeah, his swalms were petting. This has taken an ugly turn. But just as he was about to lisser on the kips, just as he'd luckered his pips, at that mateful foment, the strock cloaked. Yes, it was Melv Twidnight. Rhyme had tun out, Sterestiny had duck, and Rindercella was clisthos to being narc-steak in front of a strunch of angers. So she banned from the rawl in a pine bladdock, and while she was budding from the rawl, she slopped her dripper right in the piddle of the larking mott. Okay, we've got a few people banding in the stack who just walked in. They're probably having the doggiest idea that's going on. I'm just going to make it to get everybody caught up, so please, if you lay in cake, just listen closely so you don't piss the mic, all right? Now, we're in the middle of Rindercella and the Stu Tuckley Up sisters. Rindercella's believe you loud, the Stu Tuckley Up sisters are really respect. We're sticking with the weeks of all the household wars. Filled up by the basements, go me inside, go through all core ass, and still pit. Okay, first, Rindercella got a wolf, dread named Festival, she happens to drags. Sir Mary Parker, the Richard Bond. Sorry about that. Good thing you was wearing a hat. Gave her a dratzy fest with clots of leavage. Sit around clots of leavage? Yeah, I know you do. I'll find you a visual aid. Bingo! Boy, veritable Borgish boy today. Take a bow. That way. What's a leavage? Oh, wait. He wants to get this on video, baby. Now. Where are you going? You're going to miss the exciting climax. Oh, privies are that way. So, bring the solid up water president. She had to be back at the trouble social next thing. Well, bubble, that's a sad situation. Just ask her. She bought the golf president. She allowed the pop to hold herself. She got the golf club to dribble the larking bot. There, you're all caught up. That was the Dieter's Rygest Virgin. So Rindercella has bun from the rawl. The Pransome Ince is backed out of the Flance door, sancing by himself. His pips are still luckered. He looked up to see his pants dartner dunning out the roar. So he followed her to the farking lot. Yeah, that's illegal. He got to the piddle of the larking mott, the beautiful maiden had pissadeered. He was so piss-anointed, which left a really big piddle in his larking mott. But he took down, and there, right befeen his tweet, get your gines out of the mutter, I'm parked in a shawled, was the slash clipper. So he made a vollum sow. He said he would curse the singdom nor in fear, gooking for the lurly goved. Said he would take that slash clipper and fire it on every trut until the shoe fit. What's the matter? You can't figure it out? He went over Dylan Hale, he lurched high and so, nor in fear, war in fight. He left no turn unstoned. Tie the bime, he wrapped to Rindersella's house, he was fed on his deet. He could scarcely bend. He thought he'd have a hatal fart attack. Yeah, those are the worst kind. I wish you'd cheer up. He hawked up to the... Can you breathe? Do we have to do the Heineken remover? Okay, just calm down. Okay, big breaths. Big breaths with a TH. Sorry. He hawked up to the house and he danged the roar bell. Dong ding! The sticking went with her down to the roar because she thought it was the Lave-On 80. But no! It was the Pransome Hints, so she immediately stuck out her foot. Well, ooh, extra credit right here, there, here, over here. He fired it on her trut, but it fitted it. He even fired it on the truggly eat to the Stu Tuggly Up sisters. And we're talking Finky Steet. Oh, yeah, dose me out the grower. It fitted it, the Pransome Hints was hoken brooded. With here in his fart, he was heaving the louse. That's disgusting. He was just about to hump on his jorce. Wilbur! When? There, giving it the sorter, was Rindersella, so he fabbed her grut. Yeah, right there in the ribbing loom. Rindersella had a finey little tut. A fainty little dut. Fitty little prut. The Pransome Hints had a fat footish. He took the slash clipper, tipped it on her slows, and it glit like a fove. It was the moment he'd been mating for. He ducked, leap into her thighs. And they pissed passionately. Which left a really big piddle in his larking mott. Then they mott Gary to live lappily after ever, and the starl to the more he is, if you're punning through a larking mott, be a fart smeller, and slap your drip